Guys, it's your girl Diabla, and I'm back at it again with another video for you guys. Now, you know the drill. Before we jump into the video, I always have the same question for you guys.
Did you miss me?
I mean, did you? Like, it's been a whole 24 hours. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and thumbsing up the video because you know it helps me with the algorithm, and we are trying to grow our channel slowly but surely over here. Also, make sure that you're putting that notification bell on so you know whenever I drop a video, a reel, a reaction, if I breathe, if you just want to keep up with me. Make sure you have your post notifications on because we always got more shit to talk, and I love talking shit to you guys. Now, the topic of the video is Cardi B and Offset. Pack it up. Pack it up right now. I feel like the world has been pretty lenient with Cardi and the lack of her follow-up in terms of her 7-year delay on her sophomore album. And I'm not going to speak on the double standard of why people are being so lenient with her, but I will say this. The way that Cardi has put more energy into Offset being a awful partner and awful spouse, it just really shows you where her priorities are, and I think it really just speaks to the kind of person that Cardi is. I feel like Cardi has a lot of maturing to do. I feel like she kind of shot up in her career really fast, and I feel like at the end of the day, Cardi is still Belle Khalees from the hood. She just happens to be famous now, and I feel like, I don't know if Cardi thinks Offset's stupid, if she thinks the internet's stupid, if she thinks that I'm stupid, but I know what it looks like when a woman is still having sex with somebody. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So to start off the video, I just wanted to talk about the fact that more recently, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, because I'm not going to lie, this drama between Cardi B and Offset, it's giving the ghetto rap version of Sammy and Ronnie, and I'm just very much over it. Even Sammy had to leave the show because at some point, this like toxic, corny shit is just getting very repetitive. But if anyone doesn't know, recently Offset's birthday came up and he was having a birthday party, and somehow suspiciously him and Cardi ended up in the same place, and she was dancing in front of him, and he was just looking on like, damn, I wish I could be with her, or whatever the PR spin is for today. And it just reminded me of when Cardi B basically chewed her fans another one, and she ended up coincidentally at the same club as Offset on New Year's. And I don't think that Cardi really is understanding in her brain how this is making her look. I feel like Cardi understands that the world feels like she doesn't have a spine, especially when it comes to her marriage. It's really hard as, fans and people who listen to music, for me to listen to someone who in their music is telling me like, I cut niggas off, a nigga better not play with me. If a nigga play with me, I got 5, 6, 7 other niggas, I'm a boss. But then in real life, we see that you're letting your husband walk all over you in the worst way. Walk all over you in the worst way. I feel like Offset has cheated on Cardi since we have met him. You guys can check out my other video about what's in the air in terms of her being pregnant by him, but he has cheated on her with a multitude of women for as long as we could remember. And I feel like Cardi has always put Offset before her own career. I believe that Offset's a part of the reason why that whole situation happened at Harper's Bazaar. Cardi caught a case behind him cheating where she had to do community service. Like, he literally could have went to jail. I feel like Cardi B has gotten into it with Tasha K, because the reality is that lawsuit against Tasha K was not about what she said it was. It was about the fact that Tasha K kept exposing that Offset was just dog walking her. I feel like Cardi didn't go on her tour with Bruno Mars because she put her family and her husband first. I feel like she has continued to not put her album out for 7 years because she's just too busy running behind this man who has no respect for her. I don't know Cardi as a person. I'm not sure what kind of person she is, but I do find it weird where she chooses to put her priorities. I feel like she would rather run behind her husband because, yes, I do believe that Offset is messaging Cardi. I believe that he's on her ass, but I also believe that Cardi is also messaging him. And I believe that Cardi's issue is she doesn't know how to save face to the public. Cardi wants the dynamic in her relationship to change, but the reality is she's not strong enough. And I think that she knows that, and I think that hurts her so much. And I think it hurts her because she knows that Offset knows that she's weak, and she knows that Offset knows that she's not going anywhere. I mean, he said it out his own mouth a couple of months ago that she would be calling him soon because she's his baby mother. And I think that makes a fool out of herself, and she makes a fool out of her fans who continue to defend her when Offset is completely disrespecting her, and she continues to go back because from what I read, I'm going to post the receipt right here. From what I read, when Offset and Cardi got into that little sub thing the other day on social media, apparently when Cardi posted these text messages exposing Offset, apparently she was laying right next to him. And Offset kind of confirmed that in this post right here on Twitter. Now, he's not going to say her name because he's not going to make her look dumb. But at the end of the day, I believe that Cardi went back to her husband, if this was even real to begin with, because they have a history of just faking PR shit. But I just think it doesn't make her look good, and I feel like every time she comes to the public crying about her husband cheating on her, which is weird because there's nothing that any of us can do about him cheating on her, it makes her look stupid when she does all that and then she just goes right back. You know what I'm saying? Offset continues to cheat on her. Offset continues to disrespect her, knock other girls up, put her in a situation where she feels like she has to throw hookah bottles and wine bottles at people. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I feel like she is setting a really bad example for her daughter. I know people may take what I'm saying wrong, and I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm just being honest. One of the strongest things I ever saw my mother do growing up was pack all her shit and leave, because it showed me that there is a life even if you're not with a man. Like, you are strong enough to do it on your own. And I feel like Black women have a lot of strength when it comes to being single moms, handling it on their own. But I think that Cardi is very weak when it comes to her husband. I think that Cardi is also very weak due to the dynamic that she saw with her own parents. Her parents have been married for a very long time. We don't know what her parents went through, but I think she craves that family so much. And I think she's willing to put up with anything because she doesn't have the strength to walk away. And I think it's very embarrassing. I think it's very sad. And I think that she feels sorry for herself in that sense. And I think she's trying to convince herself that if she continues to change her body, change her face, tell like she doesn't care, that it will all go away. But the reality is, Cardi is a woman, she's a mom, and it hurts her that her husband continues to disrespect her. But she doesn't have the strength nor the maturity, one, to communicate that, and two, to put her foot down and show this nigga, like, you're not gonna disrespect me. And I feel like we're in a never ending cycle where I'm just sick of them. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of their marriage. Like, if Cardi never made another rap album, or if I never had to hear from either one of them again, like, I'd be fine with it. I feel like Cardi needs to focus. She needs to focus on her album. And the more she runs around with this man and keeps trying to convince us that she's not dating her husband, it just makes her look stupid. You playing side chick to your own husband is stupid. You having to hide that you went home with your husband is stupid. And it's even more embarrassing because it's not because of the fans, it's not because of the public, it's because you can't look yourself in the mirror after accepting him dog walking you and treating you like a piece of shit. And I think it just really shows that no matter how bad of a bitch you are, no matter how pretty, no matter how famous, no matter how much money you have, if you lack self-respect, people are going to prey on that. And I think that this entire situation is making Cardi look bad, and I think it's ruining her career. Offset he's struggling right now in terms of his career, but Cardi literally has the opportunity to detach from him and go on and just live her life. But at the end of the day, you can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. There is no saving Cardi B because she doesn't want to be saved. Deep down, Cardi likes being treated the way she does by her husband, because a part of her feels like that's the kind of treatment that she deserves because she doesn't value herself. So yeah, if you guys have any opinions on this, I'm kind of tired of talking about them too. I'm only bringing it up because the situation just came across my timeline. But if you guys have any comments, make sure you leave them down below. If I'm wrong about this, and I'll come back and just retract it and be like, hey, they got a divorce. But After she filed for divorce that one time, what's taking her so long? It's just like the Remy and Papoose situation. Everyone's getting a divorce, but I don't see nobody moving their feet. So it's giving me that y'all are just talking bullshit and y'all really just putting on for social media when nobody really wants to leave each other. So why bring it to the internet? Doesn't make sense. But if I am right, I will definitely come back to tell y'all.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all.
So yeah, make sure you leave your comments down below. I accept all criticism. Just remember, do not be disrespectful in my comments because I will curse you the fuck out. Okay? Bye!